As you can see, before I started recording, I already did my eyebrows. If you would like to see how I achieved this look with my eyebrows, I'll try my best to put the link to the video below. But now what I'm priming my face with is my Milani Prime Light Primer, and I got that from Ulta. Now what I'm doing is packing on that pink shade in my crease. The pink that I am using is from a Juvias Place palette. I don't remember the name, but I will put it down below, and I'll be using that same palette for this look. And now what I'm doing is I took an orange shade from the same palette, and I am putting that above the pink and blending out the edges. And you'll see me do that a couple times just so it can just have a flawless transition. I always do my eyes at the same time instead of doing one eye completely and doing the other, because I feel like when you do them at the same time, they come out evenly and the same color, and you don't have to worry about an eye being too bold. Then on top of that orange shade, I'm going to put a yellow shade that is still in the same Juvia's Place palette. I usually do this first before I start my eyeshadow, put the highlighter on, but the highlighter I am using has become one of my favorites. It's called the Dual Finish Highlighter by Lancome, and it is in the shade Dazzling Bronze. Now what I'm using is my NYX eyeshadow base in the color white. Typically you would use white eyeshadow base when you're trying to pop the color, but I don't know if you see me look up, but I looked up because that helps me pretty much carve my crease better. If you're a beginner, I would suggest doing that, or if you have hooded lids, I would suggest doing that so that you can find your crease, because I know with hooded lids it's kind of hard. So that is a hack that you can do. So off camera I went ahead and did the other eyes, so on camera I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this eye. What I'm doing now is I'm taking that same pink I used in my crease and use that first, and then I'm going to take that shimmery shade and put that in the middle. The shimmery shade that I am using, I did get it out of ABH Cosmetics palette. I don't remember the name, but I will place it down below. And then you're gonna go in with the orange and blend that out with the pink and the gold shade. However, I did have to keep going back in and fixing both of the eyes because one of the eyes had too much shimmery and then the other had less shimmery, so I had to fix it, and after this video you'll see how I fixed it. To highlight, I'm using my favorite concealer, Tarte, in the shade Deep. When I usually want more of a bold look, I do use Deep and Tan Sand for a more bolder look under my eyes, but today I just went for something, I guess you can say, simple. I usually contour first before I use my powder, but I just went out of order this day. But what I'm doing now is I'm setting all of my cream highlight with my pressed powder by Ulta in the shade Banana. I usually use this for baking, but I decided not to bake anymore, typically because I just like the way my face comes out without baking. You don't necessarily have to do what I do. Everyone has their own way of how they do their own makeup, but me, typically I don't bake anymore. So So as the video continues, I realized that I cut out the video that had me contouring. But basically how I contour is I don't cream contour at all unless I really feel like it. But what I use to contour is a brown eyeshadow out of the Juvias Place Masquerade palette. I don't really remember the name, but I will put it below. And then after I contour, I powder, which you all seen that, and then I go in with my blush from BH Cosmetics. It's actually a travel palette, so I'll put the name below. And then after I blush, I put on highlight. I recently found out, which is kind of funny, that when you don't want your highlighter that bold, you just get a beauty blender and pat it into your skin, and that calms down all the glowiness. And I'm lining my lips with a regular brown lip pencil by NYX. And then I'm going to use my favorite lip gloss by NYX as well. It's actually a butter gloss, and it is in the color Vanilla Cream Pie. And when you're finished with your face, you can add some eyeliner or whatever you want to add. I did add some white liner and the colors that I used in my crease to my waterline to finish up the look.